A German police officer has shot a catfish in Lake Brombeck in the Franconian Lake District of Bavaria after the 2 meter long fish started attacking swimmers. And now animal rights activists are up in arms. PETA, the People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals in Germany, says it plans to bring a criminal complaint over the killing. The fish have been hanging around near the surface beside a bathing platform in the lake and was said to have been aggressive, having bitten several swimmers. Because of the number of visitors attending a music festival in the area, the police considered that its continued presence constituted an acute security risk. The 90-kilogram Wells catfish was only wounded after being shot, but was then recovered and dispatched by anglers. So my chat let me know about this. Hello everyone. Sorry I've been gone for so long. I've been busy. I have a lot of weird stories about why you should never run your own business, or if you run your own business, I have a lot of tips and tricks for you. The main tip being don't be stupid. This is not my business, but it's somebody who I'm acquainted with who's running their own business, who I have to help them with, who has so far been pretty stupid. So I've been fixing all their mistakes, and oh boy, there's a lot of mistakes. Two, I'm late today. Sorry, I didn't think I'd be late. I didn't think any of this would take so long. Maybe we start with what's on screen, okay? While I was gone, Chad let me know that in Germany, the giant catfish has been eating people, or trying to bite people inside this massive lake. These things look huge too. I don't even know how to eat this thing. Not that I look at things and I look at them intrinsically to eat, but I do sort of look at it and I go, how would you begin to eat this thing? And what's interesting about this creature is that this lake is actually fairly massive. I'm actually surprised that it found 5 people of all places to bite, but that's how catfish, they do live near shores and they do live near and under things. So it is fairly common for a catfish to nibble on you. It's actually one of the best ways. It's a really weird way to catch a catfish is you stick your hand in a hole, you wait for the catfish to bite you, and then you pull the catfish out while it's on your hand. And somehow that doesn't cause your skin to be flayed off of your hands. And I don't understand why. No. By the way, did you know that I can announce things? I didn't know that I had the ability to announce things. Look at this. Happy Pride Month. It's purple. But yeah, I don't know why. So there are 2 methods to catching catfish that I know of, okay? I call one the redneck method because I've only ever seen it done by Vietnamese people who don't have fishing rods and Americans who don't have fishing rods. So I don't know why, but this is like the prescribed method to catch a catfish globally, okay? Catfish is a very popular fish within Vietnam, and they still do this. Is they put the hand in the hole, it bites your hand, and you pull the whole thing out. I still don't understand how your skin doesn't get flayed off the moment that you try to pull and the fish is biting you. I don't understand what they do or how little teeth that they have, but that's why I'm surprised that a catfish caused 5 people to be injured in Germany. Maybe the German catfish are a little bit more dangerous, right? You never really know. But at least in my mind, that's it. It feels like they were trying to catch the catfish, but they failed. 2, 90 kilograms is a bit of a massive fish. This guy is huge. So if you imagine how much meat there is on this catfish, it has to be able to feed most people, right? And think about the amount of other fish that could spawn from this fish that would also be the same size. I feel like we've lost a national treasure, right? I'm surprised that I'm not surprised that the police shot it, but I think about this a lot. Sports fishermen, when they catch a big fish or a big lobster, will throw the big fish or the big lobster back into the water to ensure that it can continue to spawn large fish. The goal is to try to have a consistent supply of trophy-sized fish. Because if you just take all the good fish home, then there's no good fish in the water. You know what I mean? It's like dating apps. It's exactly like a dating app. And I'm not even kidding you. Fishing is like a forced dating app for every single fish within the lake. Because I've been hearing my friends talk about their dating app experiences, and I'm like, buddy, you're 30 now. Like, all the good people have left. That's not to say that it's over for you, but at least for now, until you're 40, it's probably over for you, right? I think it probably gets better when you're like 40, because I imagine when you're older, it's maybe a bit easier to find somebody, because then, second chances and someone's died or something, and oh, look, it's a widow, you know what I mean? But yeah, it's a bit like dating apps in the fact that all the best people have left the apps by design. Wow. You don't know, chat. None of you know. I'm giving you real live first-hand view at what dating is like, because I know that most of you have never dated. For some reason, the announcements, they don't survive the page reload. I'm actually curious about this. Pin? Can I do an announcement? Can I pin an announcement? No. Wait. Announcement. What's a good color for this? Announcement. Announce. Here we go. Okay. Okay, ready? I had an enema today. You can't pin this. Why can't I pin this? This is a very important announcement. I had an enema today. What's the point of an announcement if you can't pin it? Because it's just going to disappear. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't make any sense. Anyways, this fish, like dating apps, okay, is now gone from the sea. I was just given an update in the Discord like a week after this event happened. That's how long I've been gone, right? They've caught the fish, but a restaurant owner has now obtained the fish privately through various means, and they cooked it, and they gave a free serving to the policeman who shot it, which is crazy. At least what's funny is that the update that I got was a restaurant owner managed to snatch it via private contacts the fishermen involved in the operation. At least half of it has already been eaten, and they offered a free serving to the policeman who shot it. So what's crazy is that at least half of it has already been eaten. There's still another half, because 90 kilograms of fish is massive. 90 kg of fish is like what? Holy shit. I want you to see it in the form of tuna. Let's see. Yeah, you were trying to wow the announcement, but it escaped. You also can't reply to it. Announcement is a fake chatter. Yeah, it doesn't feel real, right? Oh, perfect. Wait, guys. Which one do you want, chat? Do you want a video, or do you want a fake news post? I can't really tell. Or do you want an Instagram post? Oh my god, this is it. Maybe we do the Instagram post, because the Instagram post, we don't have a reference for the size, but we do have the quintessential dating pic. Dennis Verit. This is the quintessential dating pic app. Dating app pic. Announcements are a social construct. If you think about it, right? I don't think you're wrong. Very few things really deserve an announcement. And what's funny is that announcements sort of water down over time. So let me give you some context as to why I've been gone for a while. One, a lot of things have been happening. I got a lot of announcements that this family business thing that I'm helping with has gone to the shitter. And what's funny is that I told you like a month ago. I told you 2 months ago that I'm done. I'm free from this family business thing. I don't need to do it anymore, right? That was all a lie. Because all of a sudden, I think it was on the Monday, or like this Monday or the last Monday, I got a text and an email, and it was like, hey, so we haven't paid a couple of things. And I was like, oh, fuck. I was like, no, you've now opened yourself to litigation. So I had to go in, and I'm helping these old people do it. And they're old family friends, so I'm doing it for free. Fuck me. So I go in, and I was like, okay, well, what is going on, right? Because you told me, you announced to me that I'm free now, right? And like I'm safe from all this. Litigation, let's go! And they were like, yeah, so apparently we're not actually done yet. Apparently the thing that we're missing is a fair number of bills that we didn't even bother to actually get sorted out. And I was like, okay, what does that mean, right? So it turns out they just didn't pay for a bunch of things because they didn't know what to do with it, because they had already finished the business like a month ago. It's now 2 months ago since then. But the problem is that the new owners just didn't bother to switch anything over in terms of information. So they've been getting these bills, and instead of forwarding it to the new owner or talking to the new owners, they contacted me, a third party who isn't even involved in any of the business except for helping them translate. And they were like, can you help me fix this? And I was like, I don't know how to fix this. I spent a week trying to get in contact with someone, and I don't understand why. If you run a business, these are the parties: family business, new owner of the family business, they're like taking over, and then every other third party business. Okay, of the third party businesses, only one had a publicly available number that resulted in a human. Every single other one actually resulted in nothing. It just said, sorry, this number is no longer connected. And I was like, I don't even know if you guys are like, I don't even know if you've hired real people. But I had to spend like an entire week trying to track down. I had to go to the place. So one of them was for a trash pickup because it's like a business that has like a need for regular trash pickup. I go to the business, and I'm just in the back parking lot for like an hour, trying to find a number on the trash bin, on like whichever trash bin is still there. And I'm looking at like a various like set of trash bins because it's a giant plaza. There's like 4 different trash bins. Apparently one is for Popeye. So I called and they were like, "Hey, are you for the Popeyes at this place?" I was like, "No, sorry, wrong number." I'm there like looking at the trash. I look crazy. I feel like businesses need more publicly available numbers. But anyways, that was my whole thing. The whole basically week and a half was just trying to figure out how to get them sorted, figure out who to contact, figure out when things happen, and figure out how to forward it to the right people so that they can deal with it because it's no longer these people's responsibility since a certain date on contract, on paper. So we know as much as like legally, they also have the ability to sue them. Basically, it was like a litigation landmine. I've never seen so many opportunities to sue someone in my entire life, and the asshole in me salivated, but the realist in me realized that it would waste all of our time and money if we sued each other. Another reason why I've been gone is because announcements are a social construct. So when you get an announcement, the first announcement is the most exciting. The second announcement, still a little exciting. The third announcement, I'm going to be real with you, buddy. This is old news now. Now you're just following a trend, okay? No, but I was happy to hear it. So basically, someone that I know is now pregnant and having a child. And I was happy to hear that because I was like, oh, congratulations. But they announced it in such a weird way. It was so fucking funny. I was in call with them and I joined a bit late because I was busy, right? And then they were talking and then they were like, hey, so you know why I can't make it next Saturday, right? To somebody else. And then they were like, yeah, I think I know. And then they asked me, and then they were like, my name, right? Why I can't make it to next Saturday? And I was like, I don't know why, but then I threw it back on them. I was like, do you know? I was like, do you know why? I didn't know that he was trying to tell me that that his wife was pregnant. I didn't know, okay? I didn't know that he was trying to tell me that his wife was pregnant. So this whole time, everyone knows that his wife is pregnant, okay? Everyone knows that his wife is pregnant in the call except for me. And I just go, do you know, buddy? As if he doesn't know his wife is pregnant. So we all have a good laugh because they're all laughing at my expense. And then he goes like, yeah, so she's pregnant. And I was like, because I think like, oh, because we joke about pregnancy a lot, right? And he's like, yeah, she's like pregnant. And I was like, oh. I don't know why I reacted like that too. I think I was just so in shock at it not being a joke that I forgot to be happy. But I messaged him later. And I was like, hey, I'm happy. I'm very, very happy. And I'm excited for you too. Good luck and Godspeed. I won't see you in 4 months. I won't see you in like 4 or 5 months. So that's also why I've been busy. So to celebrate, we've been trying to make the most of his final months because he's going to be very, very busy. He's already busy with work. Like he has to travel far. He takes a long time, but his gaming days are over. He's not going to be able to play the games that he used to play. Even time to play with us was already very limited, but he's not going to have it in one time. Basically, of the parents in the group, all the parents have no more time. But you don't have time anyways until they're like 5 or 6. Like when they enter school, you get the 8 hours of school time back, but it shifts your hours to the early morning when everyone's working. So parents live in a bit of a twilight zone. The parent life is that you live in a bit of a twilight zone where the parent who doesn't have to work, who can take off maternity or paternity leave, their time off and their availability is on the same time as when everybody else is working. The parent who does have to work is working at the same time as that child is working in school, right? And I do consider school work in the sense of like something you have to do as an obligation to the ability for you to live in society, okay? So if you think of it like that, it's everybody's working those 8 hours. It's just the stay-at-home parent who like has flexibility, but it's why in general parents will hang out with other parents because parents don't. There's no other people who have the same schedule of freedom, except for software engineers. So this is crazy. I was thinking about this actually recently. I think if you're friends with software engineers and you have a child, you will never be lonely, ever. You will never be lonely. and because you will always have somebody who's working from home who is bored. I mean, think about it, right? Imagine, okay? Very poignant question, right? That we still don't even know the answer to. I was actually still trying to figure. I was trying to figure this out. I wonder how it tastes. 90-kilogram catfish. Okay, this is the size of a 90-kilogram tuna. Okay, this is the size of a 90-kilogram tuna. It's massive. Okay, this is a giant. Where is the tuna? This guy is huge. Look at that thing. That's a 90-kilogram fish. Imagine a 90-kilogram catfish. In Vietnamese braise the catfish. This is the dish that I know that the other chatter, who is my brother, is talking about. Let me see if I can get a photo. VickyFam.com. VickyFam, you always know what's up. This is the dish that the blind person on America's Next Top Chef, or whatever the show is called, cooked. This is the and this only needs, and I'm not even kidding you, this only needs maybe 500 grams of a catfish. So you're looking at like 500 grams of catfish in this dish, yeah? This is like almost like, let's say 750 to 800 grams. If maybe, this is maybe one kilogram. Wait, Hentai is a brother? No, well, not my blood brother, but he's one of my twin brothers. We have this thing. Basically, we got really deep into Dynasty Warriors. Anyway, so you have this thing, right? This is like maybe 800, 900 grams of like catfish, okay? You could make 100 of these. You could make almost 100 of these from that one catfish. Almost 100 of these dishes from that one catfish. And if you've never had this, you have to have this. I'm telling you, it won America's next top cook. Well, what's the show called? It won America's Next Top Cook, right? Why I bring this up? I was gonna tangent it back into the pregnancy. I was gonna tangent this back into the pregnancy. What was it gonna do with the pregnancy? I don't know. I said something about software engineers, and I swear I had a train of thought going from software engineers, parents at home, and then this dish, and then the fact that like we don't know what it tastes like, right? Oh, it was that nobody really knows what their time is going to be like when they have a kid, but for the most part, you know, it's we have a general idea of how it's going to be like, right? We all sort of know what parenthood entails, much in the same way that we know sort of what a particular ingredient tastes like, and so you can mostly prepare for what's coming or what's going to come down the pipeline. Yeah, when I cook with a catfish, I know what flavor I'm going to get. When my friend says he's having a kid, I know exactly what to expect. I won't see him for the next 5 years. We have another friend who tries his best. He actually sends us updates on his child very often, which is funny because in the group there's like 3 child-free people, including me and my wife. So the 3 of us are just staring and we just go, as if we care. Well, no, we do care as like god uncles and stuff, but like I don't want a kid. But yeah, but we know for sure that the time is gone, at least for the next 5 years, right? Even the friend who is still trying to talk to us, he only has maybe like half an hour a day. Although he does have a nice pool now. He has a nice pool in his backyard, and he has time to swim in the pool, which says to me that he has time to play with us, but he chooses not to. I think he chooses the fulfillment of his children over his friends, which I don't blame him. So we're preparing for this inevitable loss of time by trying to cram as much time as we can. And to do that, we all got addicted to Peak. So this game has been like crack, okay? This is also why I've been busy for the past week, is I've been playing this game in particular. This might be the best game I've ever played in the genre of convince your friends to trust you, doing something very dangerous, but virtually. And I know it's hard to sort of see just from the images of this game, but of the games that are of this genre, it is the best one yet. There is so much variability and so much RNG in what you can find that every single run feels like a roguelike. It feels fresh. You never are good enough to negate the effects of what happens. There's always a new map every single day because for some reason every single day it changes. And every single new map seems to have a new mechanic that I've never seen before. You find items that change your entire playstyle, and we don't even know like the half of it. And we've been playing this for the entire week. And it's a game fundamentally about teamwork, but there's no reason for you to work with your team. So there's no real incentive for you to work with your team. It just slows you down. It's just one of those things that you do because you want to do. And so one of our friends, Sweet Destination, actually, you see her in chat sometimes. She yeah, she's been failing us hard. She doesn't wait for us on the ropes. She climbs up, she looks at us, and then she just walks away as I'm struggling to climb up the very next edge. Like, this is from the POV of Sweet Destination. You see how the hand isn't reaching out to like grab me? That's because she wants me to die. Actually, even better. Look at this photo. I need to sneeze. Oh, shit, I unmuted too early. Sorry. Sweet Destination is the person in orange. I'm the person in blue running out of stamina. She's just staring at me as I'm about to fall and then die, okay? This game has been an obsession because that friend is very, very into TSKR. Oh, thank you. See? I don't know why I made that. I don't know why I made that a chatbot response. I don't know why I did that. Sorry. I don't know why I did that. But that's pretty funny. That is pretty funny. So we're climbing and we're having a good time. But the funny thing about this game is that we don't know how long it takes. If you do really badly, it's like every run is 20 minutes, right? So for the past week, for like the 4 hours that I have every single night, that's how little time I have, 4 hours. I spend like an hour or two bothering my wife. Hello games. Hello gamers. I was gonna say hello games. This is not the same. There's no No Man's Sky here. Hello chat. For the 4 hours that I've been free, I spend 1 or 2 hours bothering my wife because I love her, and I also bother her throughout the entire day. You've been playing Peak. It's an amazing game. It's an amazing and entirely addictive game. Okay, also chat members, if you have Peak, please let me know. We can do like a chat lobby. But I'm also willing to do like full voice in the game because there's something funny about VoIPing with random chat members, especially when you play a game this game relies on people working together. And if you don't, and some of you won't, it's gonna be funny. You've been trying to speedrun it, but you're bad at it. Yeah, so every run so far has been 2 hours. So the way my friend groups runs usually start, first 2 or 3 runs, 20 to 30 minutes each, right? And then the friend who's about to have a child, who by the way has to work a very hard job, who has to wake up early for their job at 5 a.m., says, okay, one last run, okay? On that one last run, it is the hero run. Like, we are making it all the way to the final map, and we're dying on the final map. But to get to the final map takes like 2 hours. So we get to the final map 2 hours in, and it's like 3 a.m., and he has to wake up in 2 hours to go drive to do his job at the hospital, right? And he's like, the entire time, all you hear in the distance, because he's usually further up, all you hear just echoing is, one last run, ha, ha, ha. So yeah, that's also been my week. I've just been busy trying to fill up the time that we have with him before it's too late, before his child is born, and we no longer see him again. So between like the work and the children stuff, there's been a lot of like different things going on. But it's been a good time for me aside from the work thing. But that work thing was insane. I was like, you guys are gonna get sued. But now I'm done. Like I'm officially done. I reviewed all of their documents. I told them to like get their shit together. I told them to give me everything, and I'm not gonna call them back. And all of a sudden they were like, oh shit, this is serious. So they got me everything. I fixed everything. So everything's done now. I don't need to do a single thing from now until the end of the year. My only engagement is in July, sometime in the beginning. I don't remember why. I just know that I have the date marked on my calendar. I don't remember why. You see the speedruns are around 25 minutes? Is average. What? There's no way. Peak speedrun. How's it 25? Wow. World record. New. This guy's... Okay, let's see what they do so differently. Wait, they're kind of cracked at this. Do you think it's based on map selection too? So for those who have never played it, maybe it depends on the map selection of you wait for the very specific map that you need to go for your speed run. Because I have noticed some maps can be very easy compared to other maps. Like I remember this map recently was very, very easy for the beginning parts, really hard on the ice part, incredibly hard on the volcano, and I don't know how to do the volcano. Maybe that's the thing. But also, Isn't it daily map? It is. It is. Yeah. So like every day there's like a new one. The one a week ago was probably the easiest. The middle of the week, it felt like that was the ultimate test of the map, where it was really hard to do. But I think actually most of my time in these games is spent saving people, because I don't know if you play with other people. There's a very good chance that you're playing by yourself, in which case I'm sorry for you. But if you want to play together, chat, let me know. We can do chat lobbies live on stream. And I'm going to do it live on stream because I'm hoping that the social pressure of being live on stream forces you all to behave, because I don't know if you will behave. But basically, most of my time playing this game is spent trying to save people, because on this ice level, especially when the snowstorm hits and nobody hides, like yesterday's ice level was insane. We had we had 5 people playing. I got the mod for unlimited players because we have like 5 or 6 different people. So soon we'll have 7 or like 8. So there's a lot. There's a lot of people. As we're climbing, the snowstorm hits near the top side. I just see 3 people falling off the mountain frozen, and I have to go for the craziest rescue mission. And most of our time is trying to catch back up to where the other player was. For you, second levels are second and last. What do you mean second and last? For you, seconds levels are second and last. Huh? Sorry, you have to break it down for me more. Sorry. It's not a you thing, it's a me thing. What did you just type? Okay, never mind. It's a you thing. You know what? Maybe it's better not to play with other people, because I am looking at this person's run, and I'm witnessing the fact that there is no need to like save people. Because I don't know why, but Sweet Destination in particular, I don't know why she keeps dying. She just keeps. What's crazy? I'm gonna get Sweet Destination to play with me on stream one day, because I know other people who also have the game, and I really want her to play with them and like us, because then it's like a newer group. I want you to see how she plays. She climbs up without us, and then she falls down by herself, and she's like, guys, help me, where is everyone, I'm dying. And she's wondering why we're not around her, and I'm like, buddy, what did you expect? How's this guy doing this? For you, the hardest level is the second and the last level. Yes, I actually, that's crazy to me, because I find the second level to be so easy. maybe this is a different experiential game for like everyone. What does this do? I'm gonna get spoiled. I don't want to get spoiled. But yeah, so for me, the hardest level is always the ice level and the final level. But for 2 different reasons. The ice level, I think, because I don't understand how to climb it quickly, so I don't know all the tips and tricks to climbing, and so I feel like we need more items in order to climb well. The last level, because I don't know how to climb it without items. Like, I feel like the last level, you need items to climb it, because without the items, I don't think you can make it up the cabinet's wall, like this wall. You didn't know that there were ticks, so you kept thinking that game is bugged. What do you mean ticks? Like the tick bugs, or do you mean like a delta time tick? And what do you mean by ticks? What do the ticks matter? What? How is this person doing this? Ticks, bugs, they poison you. Wait, you kept thinking that the game was bugged? There are ticks in the game? What ticks? I've never seen ticks. There are bugs? Wait, how come I've never seen a bug? I've never seen the ticks. Or do you mean the poison plants? Wait, so how do you see a tick? Oh, or is it only in the second level where they show up? You get them from the second level. Oh. How come I've never seen the ticks? Maybe we're bugged out. You look down. Oh, you look down. And then you see ticks on you. Oh. Well, you know what? Thank you for... See? This is what I mean. I've been playing this game for like a week straight. I have, in terms of playtime, I think I have... Let's see. I have about... Okay, so Steam says 12 hours. Steam says 12 hours, and I still have never seen a tick in my entire life. And so, think about that. That this game has so much content that you still have never seen everything in it. Then you have to press E to remove them. Okay, I'm actually excited to see the ticks now, because I haven't seen them ever. So I'm excited to see what that mechanic is going to be like. Not sure where they come from. Might be bushes and trees. Yeah, see, I don't stick my foot inside the bushes. I see a tree. Actually, I will say this. My friends are incredibly anemic to wanting to climb trees, and I don't know why. I see a big tree and I'm like, we can climb that, but my friends go, I don't want to climb a tree. Let's take the vine. And I'm like, buddy, by the time you get to the bottom of the vine, you're gonna run out of energy, and it always happens. Sweet destination falls, and then two other people fall. And I think it'll take like 3 med kits, go to the bottom, heal them, bring them back up as like almost like a tour guide, and we have to go the easy way instead of the fun way. It always happens. But yeah, that game is very addicting. We'll do like a chat lobby at some point on stream, but not today. Today is actually going to be a shorter day, slightly, because I'm actually tired. Sorry. I'm still exhausted from doing all the work stuff. It's not even like a physical exhaustion. It's just mental exhaustion. Mental exhaustion of doing all this stuff plus over socializing. But I need to over socialize because if I don't socialize, I'll be a bad friend. So the social pressure to be a good friend keeps me from not socializing. But also I don't like socializing in general, so it's hard for me. On top of that, I don't ever want to go to another person's business ever again. Wow, edging the stream game. What the fuck, edging the stream game? Listen, it's just how it is, okay? But I am back for the entire week until maybe Tuesday is when my wife is back. But she'll probably be tired until Thursday. So, knowing my wife, she gets tired from social interactions, and she's currently in a very high social interaction place. So she's probably going to be tired until Thursday, Friday when I actually get to hang out with her. Do one run a peak. Okay, fine. We'll do one run a peak right now. Whoever has peak, we do one run a peak right now. We just go in. We just go in raw, okay? Whoever has peak, tell me right now. Go on Discord, DM me your friend code. I'm going to add you on Steam, and we're going to play peak right now. Open mic, social pressure is on. If you don't behave on the call with other people, if you don't behave in the public, I can't kick you. I'll just leave the lobby, okay? You want me to do it solo? Okay. You want me to do it solo? All right. You want to see a professional at work? All right. Give me a second. All right. Go. Yeah. Go sit in the cuck chair. Give me a moment to set things up. I have Coca-Cola. Sorry. I had to make a quick call just to see what was going on. I think it's just normal old people worrying, which is sort of infectious. Old people worrying is very infectious because old people worrying can affect you and make you worry about things that you wouldn't have worried about normally. My brother tends to go for all-day fishing trips on his day off because he just likes to fish, right? He always comes home fine, but he usually goes for like 14, 16, 18 hours, yeah? But my mom has this bad habit of she worries that people are going to die because of one random thing. And I'm like, I don't think people are going to die that easily, you know? And if somebody was going to die, they would immediately identify her. Like, the odds of you becoming a Jane Doe or a John Doe when you die, surprisingly very low. It's actually really hard to become a Jane or a John Doe because the odds of that happening require your body to be mangled beyond belief, which usually doesn't happen nowadays unless somebody tries to intentionally kill you. So unless a serial killer got to my brother, he's probably just fishing like he normally does, and he always comes home at like 6 or like 5 or 6. But my mom was calling me and she was like, hey, your brother hasn't been home yet since last night. And I'm like, yeah, he always does this every Saturday or something. And she's like, no, he might be dead. And I'm like, okay, I'll figure out where he is. So I tracked his car. We see his car. It's fine. It was there for like a couple hours. We're at his usual fishing spot, it seems like. And apparently it's not moving. So he's alive. He just doesn't want to be bothered, okay? Like, fishing is his private time. So I'm like, okay, listen, there's nothing going on. He's not dead. But she's, like, very insistent that he's, like, dead. So, I don't know. To be fair, her daughter recently survived a car crash. So, and she didn't find out until maybe 2 hours later. So, you know, I can see the worry, but I don't think it's that serious. I think for my brother and I, like, the chances of us actually dying are fairly low. And so I don't think it's going to really happen that we would full on die. But also, he goes fishing there every single time. Like, it's like a very safe area. Like, it's not bad at all. It's actually one of the more weird bougie areas. The only downside is like a bunch of kids that go around taking fishing rods. But aside from that, there's not like a huge major deal. And it's also populated. It's like almost always incredibly populated by people. So it's very hard for someone to just randomly disappear. So yeah, we'll just see how it goes. He's also very familiar with everyone there. So like, everyone there knows him, and everyone there knows his car, and everyone there knows who he is. So it's like, if he wasn't there, but his car was there, they would probably try to find him. So it's not that bad. So we'll just see. But man, old people worrying is there's just something funny about it, because old people always think that you're closest to dying when you're the furthest thing from it, because for them, when you're out of sight, you're also out of mind in a way. Like if you're out of sight, you're no longer alive to them, and that freaks them out for some reason. And that happened to me all the time too when I moved out. Because I moved out early. I moved out at like 19, 20 with my wife. And I moved out with her. And I remember my mom, she would randomly call at 4 a.m. And she's like, I had a dream that you died. And I was like, Mom, it's not that serious. Like, I'm in bed with my wife and our dog. Like, it's okay. We're okay. She's like, you're gonna die. This was back when we were dating, but still, you know what I mean? But death will come for us all. Exactly. Death will come for us all. So it's not like it won't happen. But also, like, I highly doubt that we're gonna just die, like, all of a sudden doing our normal things. Plus, my brother, it's hard to explain, but, like, my brother could survive a lot of things because he's a bit of a... It's hard to explain. I'm the least coolest person in my family in terms of, like, who you wouldn't want to fuck with. Like, my brother is incredibly scary. How rich is CrowdStrike? Saw them sponsor car racings. They're incredibly rich. If you imagine... So, CrowdStrike, I think they have a whole section, actually, of, like, who their clients are. Stories, here we go. Let's look at their stories, okay? Intel Corporation, their principal engineer and security architect. Principal, usually this is like the top dude who usually helps do a lot of the very hard technical stuff. So if you think of that in terms of experience, like that's a pretty high up sort of engineer person, yeah? Then you sort of go down and you see all the different companies. You have Salesforce, Ericsson, you have Montage Health, Intel. All of these companies have a lot of money. And so when you think of business contracts, remember that they overcharge on business contracts to companies because they know that companies can pay it. It's not really overcharging. It's more just the fact that these companies can pay it and they might as well charge them a large amount because it's fair to them to make a profit because it's all business, yeah? And consider that there's 17 pages of the ones that wanted to be publicly known and took the time out of their day to give information to CrowdStrike. So think of the story section as a small fraction of their overall user base, because this is the user base that bothered to give the time out of their busy day to give a shout out to this company that they contract out to. It's probably a hell of a lot more, realistically. What does CrowdStrike do again? I don't fucking know. I've been trying to understand myself. I've seen my IT team use it, and I know that it was important for certain things, especially for device management, which is why that issue with the boot looping happened when they pushed out a new update. And also, like, in terms of like the security, I know it integrates very deeply. Like it's apparently it's like the lowest level thing that you can have running on your computer besides the operating system. And it intercepts everything and then logs it into some central place. And that's usually how they do security is they log everything on a machine. And then somebody in a third-party place is looking at that data. And basically, somebody or something nowadays, it's a lot of machine learning. And it basically just looks for patterns of behavior that start to arise. Like it might say, okay, these machines over here are starting to have some pattern that also exists over here. And they both happened when they both went to this link. Therefore, there's something going on with this site. And so therefore, we can assume that these machines are compromised because they don't normally send this type of traffic. Other than that, I don't know what else it does because there's a lot that they sort of sell you on that I don't really know how it integrates into that core model. But as far as I know, that's their core model. It's a bit like other such, like, there's a lot of companies that sort of do the same thing where they give you like a piece of software that integrates very deeply and basically logs everything that your machine does down to like the very minute action that you can't avoid. And it you know, again, it's why the boot looping thing apparently happened was because it's so low level that like something broke that, and so it got into like the like blue screen issue. That's like my cursory understanding of it. But beyond that offering, I don't understand how it leads to all of this. Like I don't really get how it leads to like I don't know, like generative AI or like IT automation. Because I'm like, do you really want to use this thing for IT automation? I'm not really sure. But the gist of it is that, as far as I can tell. And also, let's go to the pricing. Per device, Jesus Christ. Next gen antivirus. What's interesting is that I've heard Semantic, like a lot of these antivirus things. I've heard that a lot of these companies just outsource the analysis to places like Semantic, or like they bring them on as part of like a partner deal or something. Because like Semantic, very often like Semantic and the stuff, they'll have this like breakdown of what the viruses were. And my wife actually knows somebody who is like I think I forget the actual term for it, security analyst, but not a security analyst. She's like a principal virus somebody. I forget the term. Basically, it's the person who does the analysis on the viruses, and she's like at the top level. And my wife knows her. And apparently, what they do is they just look into it, especially if it's new, to try to figure out what it does. And so apparently, a lot of these companies, when they say they have next gen antivirus, I've heard they just kind of like pass it over to some other company that specializes it, and then gets the results back. And then I had a friend who worked for one of these such companies, and he said that most of his job entailed a lot of that pattern recognition of trying to see, okay, is there something new about the behaviors of these machines that would warrant like a deeper in investigation? And then he would then go and do that, and he would try to surface any interesting details. Well, IMV though, it was for a Canadian slice of it that is a different company, but I've heard that they're very similar to CrowdStrike, so it's like, it's hard for me not to draw the comparisons. And also, YMMV, it's my wife's friend, it's not mine. I don't talk to her. I don't talk to the virus researcher. So whatever she does, I have no real clue. I just heard from the grapevine that's what she does. And I go, damn, that's pretty sick, actually. Anyways, that's why CrowdStrike probably has the money to sponsor car racing. Because they use it in a lot of places. Industry recognition, maybe there's a way to see all versus the competition. Microsoft, Splunk. The hell is a Splunk? This sounds like a sex term. I'm gonna Splunk all over you. Splunk. Splunk is now a Cisco company. Well, they got bought out. Splunk is now a Cisco. Oh, also, do you guys know about this convention? Okay, this is a good time to segue into a convention that I found. I found it a long time ago, but I forgot that it existed. But I remember finding this from an Adam Savage video of Mythbuster fame, Open Sauce. Who, if you ever go here, can you let me know how it is? Because I've always wanted to go here, but I never had the ability. Well, I never had the desire to get like a ticket to fly there and then go there myself, because I was like, it's a lot of time and energy. But this is apparently a very cool, like, technical place where like random weird, like, cool tech shit happens. So, but not just programming. It's like a bunch of, it's like all engineering basically, which is kind of neat. And also movies. What? A Sauce Plus original. What the hell? Sauce Plus? Scared the Coyote. What? Wait, what the fuck is that? Michael Reeves? Anyways, yeah. So it'd be interesting to sort of see all this stuff. I've never been able to go, and I wish somebody would sponsor me to go to these places, because I'm like, hey, buddy, I will gladly go for you. But I never get the opportunity. I need to start programming more in stream so that places like OpenSauce and DEF CON will sponsor me to come. That way I don't have to spend money on the flight ticket myself. Because the main thing for me is the flight and the hotel costs. I don't want to spend too much on those. The ticket of the events themselves are not that bad. It's never the tickets to the events themselves. Even $200, like, it seems like a lot. Or even like, say, it's $750 seems like a lot, right? But it's not that bad in comparison to the hotel room, which is usually like another $500 per day, which is $1,500 total or something. Like, or something, just just a crazy number. And then you have to fly into San Francisco and try to get one that's close by. And then otherwise you have to factor in transportation costs and food costs. Then you have to pay customs on shit if you bring a bag, and you gotta. Hard. We're gonna move on now. I'm gonna finish sipping my coffee, actually, so just give me a moment. And when I'm done sipping my coffee and I crack open my Coca-Cola, we're gonna go into Project Silverfish. Thank you all for joining me on that peak segment. Now that if all of you have peak, I'm gonna convince all of you to play with me now, because I can't wait to see all of you fail me. Because you've all seen the ability for me to climb solo with no items, and none of you believed me. Not a single one. All of you said, "Oh, I bet he won't make it past Islands 3." I'm giving a running commentary and like a breakdown, like a mental breakdown, sort of like playthrough of the game, role playing while climbing. I'm the best there ever was. Give me a moment to set things up. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for joining me on the climb today. I'm sorry that there's actually not too much of a gameplay day today, but I'm just kind of tired, and also I want to spend my time doing other things. I'll see you all tomorrow, though, up until Tuesday. And whoever in chat has a game, I will post in Discord. We will all plan a day where we climb together. You will all be on microphone, which means I expect all of you to behave, but most of you can behave. Some of you, I don't know yet. So we're gonna see how good everybody is in a group setting, in a social setting full of chat members, because I don't know what to do. But I'm excited. Because as you saw, I might be the best climber in the world. Hands down. Bye, everyone. Have a good day. I just don't know if I can raid anyone. Is anybody else on at the moment that I can raid? But I need to find their name in 5 seconds because I need to take a shit right now. Okay, nobody's here. I'm going to take a shit. Bye, everyone. I got to go. Oh, God. It's peaking.